In the world of manufacturing, every single hour counts. The decisions you make can literally make or break your entire quarter. But what happens when the critical data you need is always a day late? Well, today, we're diving into the story of how a major manufacturing conglomerate tackled that exact problem. And in doing so, changed the very speed of their strategy.
Just think about that for a second. What if you could just ask a question and get the answer instantly? No more waiting around for reports, no more chasing down your team for clarification, just a direct line from your most urgent question to a clear, data-driven answer. For any leader, bridging that gap between question and insight, well, that's the whole ballgame.
But for most big companies, the reality is something we call the data fog. You know what I'm talking about. All that crucial information about your production lines, your supply chain, market trends, it's all scattered, locked away in different systems that don't talk to each other. So getting a full, clear picture is this massive undertaking. And by the time you finally get it, that window of opportunity is probably already slammed shut.
Yeah, this process probably looks painfully familiar, doesn't it? A leader has a critical question. That question becomes a ticket, a formal request. And then a team of brilliant analysts has to go on this manual treasure hunt, digging through databases to piece together a report. The time it takes to get an actual insight, we're talking hours, or more often days. In today's market, that is a strategic eternity.
And let's be clear, this kind of delay isn't just inconvenient. It's a direct hit to your bottom line. It's the cost of not spotting that supply chain issue fast enough. It's a delayed strategic move that lets a competitor get ahead. This friction, this slowness, it's a real threat to your company's ability to be agile.
So how do you cut through all that fog? The answer is a really fundamental shift in thinking. It's called conversational intelligence. Now, this isn't just another dashboard or a fancier report. It's the antidote to that data paralysis. It's about changing your data from this static thing you have to mine into a dynamic partner that you can literally talk to.
The best way to think about it is like having an AI strategic advisor that's always on, right at your fingertips. It's a platform that's ready to take all that messy, complex company data and turn it into simple, on-demand insights. And you don't have to know a single line of code or understand a single database structure.
And the way it works is just powerful in its simplicity. So an executive can ask a question in plain English. Something like, hey, which supplier is causing the most production delays for us this quarter, and why? The AI instantly connects to all the right data sources, analyzes everything, and moments later, you get a clear, actionable insight that pinpoints the exact root cause. It's that simple.
Okay, so that's the how, but what about the so what? What was the actual real-world impact for this manufacturing giant? Well, the results were immediate, and honestly, they were transformative. They turned their data from a liability that was slowing them down into their most powerful strategic asset.
First up, and this is a huge one, the time it took to get an answer to a critical question was cut by over 90%. Let that sink in. What used to take days now literally took seconds. And a change that big creates this incredible ripple effect through the whole company.
Which led directly to a 40% jump in how fast the leadership teams could make decisions. They could suddenly spot those production bottlenecks, test out a new strategy, or react to a market shift way faster than their competition.
And get this, at the same time, they cut their dependency on their technical analysts for these kinds of questions by nearly 70%. This wasn't about replacing analysts. It was about empowering executives with true self-service and freeing up those brilliant data teams to work on the deeper, more complex strategic problems. It's a win-win. This whole transformation, it really proves a new rule for the industry. The future is not about collecting more and more data. It's about having better conversations with the data you already have. That dialogue, that's where the real competitive edge is. So I'll leave you with this question to think about for your own organization. Right now, is your data a barrier that's holding you back? Or are you ready to turn it into your most valuable strategic partner?